Hey y'all. So let me tell you about an encounter that I just had. So I had walked down the street to get me something from the store, and I stopped to get me a plate of ribs along the way. And while I was at this place, get me some ribs. Now when I walked by initially, wasn't nobody there, which I figured that it was gonna be a line when I got back. But dang, it was 11 o'clock on the dot. As soon as they opened, it was a line. There wasn't nobody there when I had walked by. But whatever. Anyway, that's besides the point. Okay, so I was in the line somewhere at the back, right? And I had made eye contact with this man. And I didn't want to, like, it was something in me, it was something from his gaze that was giving me like vibes, like sexual vibes, like vibes I wasn't trying to, get into, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, he kept looking at me, and I would look and I'd be like, and do a little wave or something, being respectful, being nice, you know what I'm saying? And anyway, I wound up standing over there by him because it was hot, and these people, they had up a little tent, but it was only enough for like a couple people to be under. And at some point I just decided I'm about to stand over here. I said, I ain't trying to cut y'all, I'm just about to stand over here in this shade. So it was just happened to be by him. But it had felt weird that I wound up standing by him anyway, you know what I'm saying? This man was making all these eyes at me. But anyway, that was neither here nor there. Anyway, after I got my plate, because he got his food before me, after I got my plate, I was walking off, going back to where I was go, and dude, he was waiting on me. He had already went back to his car. By the time I'm leaving, he over there waving me down, telling me, "Hey, get in." Now, I didn't think about it too much. I decided, shit, I'm not finna miss out on my blessing. Let me get this ride, because it was damn so hot. And like I said before, you shouldn't trust everybody, of course. No, you can't trust everybody. But just take care of yourself. You feel me? I know I can take care of myself. I got God, okay? You never know what somebody gonna do. So I'm not telling you just be comfortable, just jumping up in people's car. But yeah, I felt fine. And men are men. Not all of them the same, but anyway. I got in his car, and oh yeah, I want to say that I didn't want to assume that he was giving sexual vibes through his eyes, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I feel like if I was to, like, meet his gaze, he would have been, like, probably start licking his lips or some shit. Like, giving me signs that that's what he owned. Because he was definitely staring me down. Anyway, I got in his car. He was just asking about myself and whatever, and I just asked him to drop me off to the gas station up here because I was gonna get me a cup of ice for my drink. He stopped me over there. He asked me if I smoke. I was like, yeah. And oh, he go front now. Let me not leave this out. We had a very good, deep conversation. It's just the way it ended. It was anyway. He dropped me off over here. He said he would come get me back because he was dropping the food off to somebody. Must have been one of the females to deal with. Okay, and this is what I wanted to tell y'all. So I had asked him if he's single. He said he ain't finna lie now. He deal with whoever he deal with. He got folks. And I was like, okay, I respect that. You feel me? Because at this point in my life, I am 25. I have learned and I am learning. Okay? I understand that it is in a man's nature. Maybe not every man. Not every man. But most men, a lot of men, it's in their nature to be with more than one woman. And I have spent time trying to sift through the guys that ain't like that, the ones that only want one woman because I only want one man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm comfortable with that. I could be that for that man, but not if he's just out doing what he want to do. And my thing is, anyway. And my thing is, if you're gonna do what you want to do, that is fine. And I told him this. I just want somebody that's taking care of themselves, for one. Because you shouldn't be out here all willy-nilly just doing shit just to bring something back to me. Then he come talking about well, you should be protected and all that. Listen here. I get that. there was a time where all that shit didn't even exist. So you can either check yourself or just be willy nilly. I don't know what type of life he living, but like I said, I don't care if a man is doing that. It's just I want my man, the person that I'm dealing with, to care enough about themselves to not be just getting with any old body. Like, you should vet these people. You know what I'm saying? And me as a woman, like, I'm taking care of myself. I'm minding my business. I don't deal with nobody. Not that it's anybody's business. Just this is the truth. You feel me? And this is what's working for me. Anyway, the point was, he was feeling all good when I was saying I feel like it's a man's nature to do that, motherfucker. He was like, yeah. And then I had said, my thing is, if a man's gonna do that, then he should not expect the woman to be just for him. You know what I'm saying? That whole double standard thing. Like, and he was saying things like, he feel like a woman should do what they do too. But he was only saying like that because he gonna do what he do and whatever. And then he went to say that, well, if a man paying all her bills, then I could see her just being with one man, just with him. And I said, I don't know about that either. Because, like, I didn't say this. Because at first I was like, yeah, but, like, thinking about it. But then I was like, no, because if a man was paying all my bills, I would be happy about that. But I had to put it into perspective for real. Like, what if a woman, which I didn't say at the time, but at the end of the day, I say what I need to say. You feel me? But this came to me after I had to get out of this car. At the end of the day, if a woman is doing all this cooking and cleaning for him and all that, then wouldn't you say that he should be faithful to her? You know what I'm saying? He doing his duties of paying all the bills, and she doing her duties of keeping the house clean, keeping him fed and all that good stuff, and all that with the kids and stuff. Shouldn't he be faithful to her? If you saying all that, you feel me? So, no, if he gonna do what he do, let him do what he do. The woman, I feel like, take care of yourself. Don't be out here with any old body and just running yourself ragged. Now, I'm saying, like, everybody should be open to the experiences of life, to the different people that they may meet. You feel me? And y'all could be genuine close friends, like in the heart, like connected, like not just sexually, you know what I'm saying? Not just that. Like, I just feel like it's so much of that going on, like, that people don't realize that there's more to life, there's more to companionship than just fucking all the time. Like, and he didn't like that. Man, how about this man? He tried to caress my face while I was in there. I said, I don't want you to do that. He asked me if he could touch my hair. I said, I don't want to. I was kind of nervous in saying no. I could have said it stronger than that, but I was a little nervous because I start feeling like I'm saying no too many times. I start feeling their energy type job, like I'm irritating him. You know, I felt like I was irritating him, steady saying no. But that ain't my damn problem, is it? No. I was feeling his energy and it was making me feel a little nervous to say no. But I still said no. He did not get to touch my hair. Then this man had the nerve to ask me if he can give me a kiss. I ain't let you touch my face. I ain't let you touch my hair. But you think I want to kiss you after you told me that you got your female friends, all this. I just told him straight up. Listen, he had the nerve to ask me why, and he was surprised at how fast and quick I said no to him asking me for a kiss. He had the nerve to ask me why. Bruh, you just said you be with these women. I just told him straight up, I don't know where your mouth been. I don't know how long ago you did all that, and whatever the case, I'm not trying to do all that with you. And I'm like, this is the first day. And I know what you're saying. You might think, like, why y'all talking about this on the first day anyway? Listen here. I feel like the conversation just gonna come up sometimes, and some people really don't get it. Some people really don't understand. And I wasn't too fond of talking about all that, but at the same time, I feel like it needed to be talked about. Some people is just used to it, used to that. Anyway, I'm glad that we did talk about it because it let me understand where his mind was at. You feel me? And it had me understand that, okay, this man just a smile and whatever, he trying to get me to open up to him, but that's all he wants is sex. And talking about he like he want to be able to help me, like, get, like, pay a little bill or something here, definitely, and all that. And it's like, I said, well, I ain't gonna turn down your money. And he gonna tell me something, well, we gotta be fooling around for it. I said, well, I ain't trying to do all that for it. You know what I'm saying? And he gonna slip in there talking about something, well, you ain't got to do all that for it. I'm just saying, that's what you basically saying. You only gonna give me money if I'm opening myself up to you sexually. That's really what you're saying, dude. You don't want me to hear you say it or nothing like that, but that's literally what you're saying, dude. My phone on 9%, okay, because it was telling me whatever. But y'all, I'm just glad that I left that situation feeling great about myself. 10:44, that 1:44, y'all. I left that situation feeling great about myself. I did not let that man get over on me on respecting myself. And I was telling him about how I love myself, and he told me, his man had something negative to say to everything I believe, bro. I was telling him about how I love myself, and this man gonna talk about some what this man said. You basically, like, you shouldn't only deal. This man said basically he was trying to tell me not to think like that. Like, you got to think about other people's feelings and stuff. And I said, well, you got to think about yours too. Like, and he was really dumbfounded. Like, he wanted me to make him happy. Do whatever it took to make him happy. I bet he felt real bad about buying me. Of course, when we went to that store, he had bought me a juice. I said no at first, but he said, you can have it for later. I said, okay, let me get the juice. You know what I'm saying? Because he was right. I wouldn't mind that. I didn't have to pay for it. So anyway, I had just came in for ice. He wound up buying the ice for me, and he bought a pack of blunts because we were smoking. And but yeah, I bet he was upset that he had to spend his little money and he wasn't getting nothing. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't none of my business. I don't give a daggone. That ain't got nothing to do with me. And I don't want nobody around me that's expecting it. And that's another thing, he was expecting it. I asked him straight up, I said, so you expect it from me? He thought something, yeah, hell yeah. He was proud to say it, honey. And I said, well, what if it never happens? And he told me so, well, he said this straight up, y'all. He said, well, I might not be seeing you much then after that. And I guess he was saying that in a sense like I was supposed to really want him around or something. Dude, I spend a lot of time with myself, bro. And it was another thing he said, when he was trying to get me to think differently. I don't recall what he was saying, but I had to stop him. I had to stop him in his tracks, because listen, I be trying to say so many things at the same time, y'all. But because I said, I've been thinking this way for quite some time, and I said, you said yourself that you're not going to be in my life like that. You might see me this time or that time. So I don't need you to come in trying to tell me how to think. This the way I'm thinking is what's got me through plenty. You know what I'm saying? Like, this man really tried to come in and change my mind about me. That is something. And I wound up saying in there, this video kind of long, but it's okay. I wound up saying, what I was saying? Oh yeah, I was telling him about how, some young ladies, like, we got to understand that you can't be smiling at everybody. And it wasn't even to be directed to him. It was just this conversation. It was just going on. And I was saying how some people, like, people want you to follow the status quo, and people be getting mad. That's what I said. I said, I feel like people don't like me, but that ain't got nothing to do with me. Some people probably mad because I don't be smiling at them all the time and all that. But at the same time, us young ladies, we need to watch out for ourselves, because if you smile at the wrong person, then they gonna start to it's gonna be like you engaging with them or whatever, or like you give them a reason to want to talk to you type shit. I don't remember my exact words, but that was basically what I was saying. And some of them people don't even be having good intentions for you. And that man, no good and well, he didn't have any good intentions for me. And I'm sure he felt that, like, I was talking about him, but it genuinely, the divine was with me, honey, because, listen here, I had to go to God when I got in the car with this man, because I already know that when I talk to men, it's always going somewhere like that. I'm sure that it's not gonna always be that way. It's just it's so many people that think like that or worse, and it's only a select few that have a better mindset than that. You know what I'm saying? So, child, that conversation was something. But I feel great. I feel great that I said my piece. I spoke my piece. I said everything I need to say, and I did not let that man get over on me, like, in any way. In any way at all. Yeah, my hair growing, youngs. Look at that shrinkage, honey. See that shrinkage? Look at that hair. Look at that bounce back. And they not locked. I put my hair in a twist. And, some of them came loose, like these ones in the back. I guess the back of my hair just, certain parts of my hair is like pretty soft, and it just be like unraveling. Like the middle of my hair, that's the thickest part of my hair, so it be staying twisted for the most part. But like the perimeter of my hair be coming loose on the sides here. No matter how many times I be retwisting this job, be coming on loose. But it's okay. I don't care because it's cute. Look at these coils. Sometimes I just take the twist on loose and just make it look like little locks. But yeah, y'all, that was that. I just wanted to go ahead and share that little situation that happened, because you know we gonna get there. Sometimes you just got to get through. And you know what? I'm going through this too because God wants me to love myself. I had to love myself through that situation. I had to go through that. That was just another layer of people to sift through to find myself more. And I believe we all have to do that, because you can believe that you deserve a certain something in your life, but if you don't choose it for yourself, do you really deserve it? You know what I'm saying? Because a weaker part of me, listen now, a weaker part of me would have just let that person just walk all over me. A weaker part of me, okay? In different ways. It ain't even got to be letting the person get you physically. It's just like letting that person speak over me. Like, he was saying stuff like basically repeating what I was already saying about myself, but saying like, yeah, you should do that. And I'd be like, yeah, I do. Like, and he had the nerve talking, oh yeah, I was telling him how I take pictures of nature and all that. And he gonna talk about somewhere, you need to travel and do that and that. All that. I'm doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically, like, I don't need you to tell me. I'm already doing it. And some people would try to make it seem like they giving you the idea, like you can't think for yourself. Like, everything is different. Everybody's circumstances is different. It's just 18, honey. Anyway, child, I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank y'all for listening. And this is for the people that just need to be growing and just see that it happens every day in the slightest of ways, and you just don't know when it's gonna hit you, honey. Because all I knew was that I needed to call on God. The moment, okay, I had got in his car, and then he had got out to get something out the store. When he had came back to pick me up after dropping out the food, I had just prayed to myself. I prayed to God. I said, God, protect me. Because I knew that my mind, my heart, my energy just needed to be protected while I was around that man. I just knew it. I knew it because I didn't know what was to come. But at the end of the day, I just knew that I didn't want to be overthinking things and just rushing myself, you know, and feeling anxious. Because, like, that can happen real easily if you ain't paying attention. So, yeah, that's that. Thank y'all for watching, and like if you liked this video, share it, that'd be great too, and subscribe, join the tribe, my soul tribe. Okay, y'all,